End turn. Cultivator. We sack the spider. Here's a 4/4. I guess they could take it here. Land and play, draw. 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 Hello, good game. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're having a magical day. Thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. Mythic rank Abzan Sisters Call Grave Recursion. That's the color combination of white, black, and green. Spirit Sisters Caller is a new enchantment for 5 mana that allows us to sacrifice something in play to bring something of the matching type into play, which is woof. So we're talking about sacrificing a token creature to bring in 7-drop creatures. Things like this. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out that Linktree link as well. In today's video, we're going to break down the deck list, talk about the strategies, the synergies, then we'll showcase this within the gameplay footage, giving you a deeper understanding further yet, and then we'll wrap up with my final thoughts, and we also have some really cool news as well, if you don't know yet. So watch to the end so you don't miss out. Let's take a look at the deck. Holy Toledo, slow down, HGG. Whoa! This is a 60-card standard best of 1 Mythic ranked deck, so playing not only against the best players in the world, but the best decks as well. We have a 3.7 average mana value with 11 creatures, 25 non-creatures, and the beautiful 24 lands in the deck. We can ramp a few ways here as well, which is the name of the game, just outvaluing your opponent. It's easier than it looks. Typically, this is one of the harder deck archetypes to make work, but really with the power level of the Spirit Sisters Call, it ain't nothing but a thing. For 5 mana as an enchantment, at the beginning of your upkeep, choose target permanent card in your graveyard. You may sacrifice a permanent card that shares a card type with the chosen card. If you do, return the chosen card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains if this permanent would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. So you don't have continuous recursion. Like, they will go to the graveyard eventually as you continue through this process. However, the value you get here is unmatchable. And again, wrapping this all together basically with one card, Old Rutstein, for 3 mana. It's a 1/4, and when it enters the battlefield or at the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card. If it's a land card milled this way, create a treasure token, ramp. If it's a creature card this way, milled this way, create a 1/1 green insect creature token, and if it's a non-creature, create a blood token. So if it's a blood token, we can use that blood token to discard something that's expensive that we want to free cast with the Sisters Call from our hand to the grave. If it's a treasure, it's just ramping us, and if it's a creature, we can actually use that creature to be sacrificed with the Sisters Call to bring back a big baddie, which is fairly exciting. And you know what we're looking to bring back from the grave is the Cultivator Colossus for 7 with Trample. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control, and when it enters the battlefield, you may put a land card from your hand into the battlefield tapped. If you do, draw a card and repeat the process, which is absolutely probably the goofiest thing I've done all week. When combined with Renin 7 for 5 loyalty, when she enters, +1, look at the top 4 cards of your library, put all of the land cards revealed this way into your hand and the rest into the graveyard. Basically, you know, this can draw you 4 lands, and then, you know, Cultivator's in, you play all these lands, which is ramp, you know, playing multiple lands per turn is a big deal, and you're also refilling your hand from the whole thing, which is, right, it's goofy. Of course, we're filling our graveyard not only with Old Rutstein, but it's basically all you need. Those are the 1, 2, 3, 4 core cards of the deck, and then, of course, other mill effects supported here as well through the Death Bonnet Sprout, a 1 mana 1/1, and at the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card, and then if there are 3 or more creature cards in your graveyard, transform it into a 3/3 Death Bonnet Hulk, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile a card from a graveyard. If it's a creature card, exile this way, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So you can take care of your opponent's graveyard this way, ideally, because you probably just want to bring your own creatures back, but of course we have legendary creatures, which you're only allowed 1 copy of, so you can do that if you want as well. The mill is what's important. Teachings of the Kieran for 2 as an enchantment. When it enters play, mill 3 cards, then create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token. On your next draw set, put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature that you control, which is, it's all right. And then exile and transform into a 1/1 Kieran Touched or Orichi. Who knows, man? And whenever it attacks, choose 1. Exile target creature card from a graveyard when you do create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token, using that to sacrifice Spirit Sisters. And then you can also exile target non-creature card from a graveyard when you do put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control if you need, right? We really just want to gain control of the graveyards, make the tokens, sacrifice the tokens, play the cultivator, things like that, right? We have the Restoration of Nganjo. This doesn't mill, but it does allow us to discard a card, which is really nice. Search your library for basic planes, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then you may discard a card when you do return target permanent card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. We've got a couple of cool 1-drops and 2-drops that we can do here as an option for this, but we can also just discard a land and ramp, and then we can exile it into the 3/4 Vigilance whenever it attacks or blocks, create that 1/1, and that 1/1, again, is great to sacrifice to bring in the Cultivator. So, this really is quite nice because it will allow us to discard without a blood token the Cultivator Colossus, so we can replay that from the grave without spending 7 mana, right? Moving on from that, we can bring anything back from the grave with the Dryad's Revival. So we're milling cards, and you might accidentally mill a Spirit Sister's Call. This is how you grab it back from the graveyard and start the whole process. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand, flashback for 5. You might also want to grab the Field Wipe. We've done that a couple times in today's video, just to make sure your opponent doesn't get anywhere with their field state. While we're here, Culling Ritual is a form of control for 4 mana, sorcery speed, destroying each non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less, and then adding a black or green source for each permanent destroyed this way, both yours and your opponent's, which is nice. So you can wipe the field and then play a big baddie, which is fairly decent. Binding of the Old Gods, destroy target non-land permanent. Search your library for a basic force, put into the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Creatures you control gain Death Touch. It's so nice to be playing this and then replaying it from the grave. Fantastic. And the same goes with the Chariot for 4. For 4, crew 4, when it enters play, create 2/2/2 cat tokens, and then whenever it attacks, create a token that's a copy of target token you control. We have the cats that are tokens. We also have the Renin 7 Tree Folk that is a token. Keep in mind, the Sister Call is not creating tokens, so that doesn't work. That would be so broken if it was. Oh my gosh. And yeah, that really is literally the whole deck, other than Witherbloom Command for 2. This will, really check off a few boxes for the deck. Target creature gets -3, -1 until the end of turn. Nice early game removal. Target opponent loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. That sustainability is decent. Destroy target non-land creature, non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. There's a lot of enchantments and artifacts around that you can snag here. And then target player mills 3 cards, then you return a land card from your graveyard to your hand, and that's really what we're looking to do here. Mill, grab that land so we don't miss our drop, and continue on through the road here. Renin 7 can also put any number of land cards from your hand into battlefield tapped. We don't really care about this. -3, create that Tree Folk. Its power and toughness are equal to the number of lands we control. It has reach, and then a -8, which is decent if you can get there, because you'll return all permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand and get an emblem with you have no maximum hand size. And we're milling, so you just have like a massive hand, right? Of course, the land is in here. For consistency's sake, the Mire can help us mill as well. Who Endures can, really keep control of what our opponent is playing, and we're not running Nganjo because the white sources are not really required within the deck, and we're being drawing basic planes with Nganjo. So, that is the build. Golgari base, but you cannot play Sister's Call without the white, and it really does fit in this deck perfectly. So I don't know if you've seen version 1 of this, but it was called the Deck Diggler, and I like to stick with that. Wolf was a fantastic prototype name when we've made it, but we're going to have to switch it over for you guys as well. So thanks for watching. That's the deck tech. We'll showcase this, again, not only against the best players, but the best decks in the world, which is absolutely insane that we're doing this with new decks every single day. I don't even know how I'm doing it. I have no idea. So make sure to like the video, to share your support, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy today. All right, 2 lands in slow, but we are off to the races. We don't really need any of this. Call is nice. I think I'm going to mulligan. I don't need those Dryad Revivals yet. In fact, I really don't need one at all. Revival and the Binding. Cultivator's a late game card. We don't want that in our opening. Like, I think I'd rather have 2 Renin 7s. So it's kind of the contemplation there. Huh. Zombies! We don't have a 2-drop, but we can start milling, which is alright. Looking for the 4th land. Better not mill a land. Oh! Well, it's fine. I'm wondering if we should have grabbed that 5th land. Almost feel like we should have. And then we guarantee the Ren. We have to take duality. It's as simple as that. Kind of sucks. I wanted to take the Rider, but duality would wreck us. Let's take the Rider. Ooh, Jadar, Ghoul Caller, and Tainted Adversary? Woof. This is still a match somehow. Let's toss Ren out. Make the token. Obviously she dies, but we have that 2nd copy, right? Do they have single target on our token? Most likely. We should still take the Tainted. Because the Death Touch could just terrorize us as long as it wants.
The heat has become unbearable.
Let's Chariot and Teaching. Oh, you dog. You are a dirty, dirty dog. My gosh. Get wrecked, Strimmer. It's nice to see zombies doing work like that, hey? I mean, it's a pretty slow start for us. What we could take is, I guess, a Culling Ritual. This is a 3-drop, though. This is a 4-drop. Nine damage. Down to 5. It doesn't look good. I mean, it really sucks because the Rider, but what else? What other choice do you have? Try and have the Rider block.
Calm the tree. The trees can fight their own battles.
I think it has to be the binding. And we just recycle removal. We're basically dead, but we'll try our best. Oh! Do they target Ren or just us? We kill the Rider first. And there's less 2/2s to worry about. I mean, it's still a problem. Only binding on the champion, honestly. No attacks. As long as they don't remove our token. Are they brave enough to swing in? Oh! Interesting. They really want it. We're about to pop. We're about to pop! Oh, I was hoping we had another binding in there, but that's our only binding. guess we take teaching. And hopefully we get a good mill. Binding back in the grave. We can grab that binding back this time. I don't know how we got out of this. I do not know. I'm fairly pleased, though. Sister's Call out. I cannot believe it. Woof. No attacks. Take the creature. And then we want to take binding. Here's the binding. Kill the 2/2. Grab our creature. Sack the 1/1. No land, whatever. Do not mind. I think we might get a scoop here. They have Hive. We need to be aware of this. Oh. Wow. We don't have enough mana to pull this off. We need a culling ritual in hand. We can grab... two enchantments, I guess. Restoration. We really only need one. That was so good. That was so good. Dang, yo. Literally pushing their champion up through the roof. Don't think we survived, though, is the thing, right? We definitely take the restoration. It's our only option. And we could take a land, but we're not using it. So they just beat us here, right? I think that's a good game. We were ready to Calling Ritual again to bring things back on track. That was an amazing Aghadeem's Awakening, though. That's really, really good. Great game. Woof. Oop. Going first, please and thank you. This is a nice little ramp up here. Well, our coffee's gone. That is so sad. How many times do you look at an empty coffee cup before you go refill it? 3 times? 4 times? So let's mill lands. We're not doing anything. No attacks. Restoration on 3, unless we pull a black source. I don't mind that. I guess Blood on the Snow and Hook are a terrible thing here. Interesting. I guess they both ramp. Let's take the Summoning Sickness off this, and it's also a pretty decent blocker. And it actually just made an insect, so no ramp, but again, the body's not the worst. They take time off for the sciences. Grabbing their third land. And then hopefully Spirit Sister's Call can just kind of dunk on them. Make a treasure. One, two, three, four. We would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. I think that's time to let it rip. No, we need a white source. Oh, gosh. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah. Call, and then we get 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our fifth. Perfect. I almost confused myself. We can make a treasure here, which is pretty decent. Or I guess that's their treasure. What am I thinking? You mean we didn't have a Shambling Ghast? This guy doesn't even know what he had on the field. Alright, so this is triggering on a land. We can take a creature. So let's take Rutstein, and then we get another ETB here. Colossus Engrave with an insect that we can turn into the Colossus now? Yeah! If we survive, of course. You know, our hand's looking pretty grim. Merchant is fine. That's going to give them 3 available mana if they spend the treasures. Milskis. Not great. So we Restoration, grab a land. This is actually going to be fun. This is as good as it can really get. As long as they don't interact with this call. We're dunking. But they have 3 mana though, so they could, right? This could be scary. Timer's up. No attacks. And turn. Cultivator. We sack the spider. Here's a 4/4. I guess they could take it here. Land in play, draw. 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 I'll decline. I want to keep this in my hand. Pass turn. Because it would be the same as the mire we just played. But I'd rather bring back something from the grave, right? So casual 10/10 Colossus. And we played a few lands, I guess. Oh no. You are a dog, HGG. I don't doubt that they can kill it, though, right? Here's the thing, right? Now it goes to exile. Our turn. We mill. We're looking for a chariot. Or that. Discard the sprout. We can play really whatever we want. May as well just be the sprout though, right? Running 7 out. Oh, we have fun. Running 7 for the plus. We like the mill.
Rich soil grows mighty forests.
Exit. And now the call triggers. We take that Colossus back. Sack the insect from Rutstein. Land in, play, draw. Land in, play, draw. Decline. And turn. I guess let's just keep this, right? Because they're probably going to destroy Ren 7, and it would be nice to pull one back. Blood on the snow, killing creatures. They bring back the merchant. Treasure token. Let's mill. We might mill ourselves. And we take Ruts. Oh no, we have one in hand. You fool. Should have taken the Planeswalker. Okay. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 available mana. This is 7, so that's not enough to double down. Let's stop with all the draw and just, like, settle down a little bit, right? We want to draw the binding, I guess. Or another sister. It's restoration. There's no land. Boss is out. Nothing going on here. Is there a cat? No cat in the grave yet. And turn. And sacrifice the restoration. Binding the merchant. Pass. Now they need to blood on the snow again, right? A Tybalt can exile something, but then is immediately dead. Interesting. Maybe they take a plus and they're just trying to find the draw, but then we hit for lethal. So they have to do this. Let's make the 1/1.
You know what? I've had enough.
Play the Kieran. I think we hold on to that revival. We have 18 cards left.
We can foster much growth here.
Grab the Calling Ritual just in case. Makes me feel better inside. And we just have so much land, we can do whatever we want. Let's take the restoration, kill the binding. There's no lands. We just like it as a card. We can grab the other Sister's Call if we want. Probably get wiped here. Playing it a little sloppy. I should go for the kill. Right? No blood on the snow. That's interesting. Did they just have a ton of land in hand? No. Good game. Nice. I mean, that Colossus plays a lot of land, and then, you know, just Basically gaining access to your grave is fantastic. Potentially just plussing ran into the -8 so we can grab that graveyard back to our hand, which would be cool too. Our opponent goes first. I mean, it's alright. I mean, Culling Ritual typically makes things just feel better. Black and green in play, and then we can kind of go from there whichever way we need to. Burr! It's cold in here. Get the shivers. They must be playing something. Oh, that's very good against us. Very good against us. Yikes. Okay. I guess Rutstein goes out. It can block, right? Ooh, this is good. That is good. Hit for 3, down to 17. Rutstein active as a well, not really, because he gets killed. Oh, no. Needed the treasure. We can still get the treasure. Hopefully they don't play 3-drop or anything like this. We know they've got plenty of them. Like 615. They're not taking any chances. Just give them a moment, I suppose. I wonder what they could be doing. Alright. Dahlia gains the token. They're gonna deal 4 damage to us, or they're baiting us. I bet it's a bait. I bet it's a bait with the land that destroys us. Yeah. Nice oops there. The oops wasn't real, but we knew that. Still should have blocked Thalia, I guess. We don't have much going on here. We really need that 5th land. We just milked 2 of them. No! We can blood token the cultivator away. Hole on our creature. Oh, really? We're gonna block Thalia here, mitigate some damage. Colossus goes, we get the land. Okay, play 2-drop. No, they don't. I mean, we have to take it. There's no getting around that. We have 3 available mana, which isn't the worst. It's like, what do we want to do with it? Grab another Culling Ritual. The Sister's Call would be really good. But it's like, I know what you're trying to do to me. But what if they have... Play it safe, HGG. Don't be greedy! They've already seen the combo. Don't be greedy. Well, it's a 3-drop, and it's going to take Ren and 7. But Command can kill it, too. It's a hard one. May as well take Ren and 7, or the Ritual, depending on what their hand looks like. Ren and 7. Bite the dust. Take the counter. Up to 13, kill the binder. Hit for 2. That was our only black source, sadly. Or else we would play Rutstein there. Not good. That is not good. Let's chariot it up. Now we have pretty good blockers against Adeline. Hopefully there's not an intrepid adversary. Three cards in hand. 5 available mana. If we can Ren, and then Chariot copies a token, it could be a good start. Of course it is. So it's a 4/5 when it swings. Which isn't really that big of a problem. I don't think anyways. Well, certainly not now. Should we keep this? I mean, we would wipe both of these. Just take it. And then it attacks. We're going to make the token. I don't think their graveyard matters much as far as recursion goes. 3 cards in hand. We're down to 11. They have the cave, which, you know, could be worse. Alright, that is problematic, and that's what the binding should have stayed for. Dahlia. It leaves us only with 2 mana. I'm just wondering if we should immediately go for the Sister's Call. So we can grab this binding back. We don't have another enchantment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't even have enough mana for that. Oh, that's a hard one. Let's try to ramp with Rutstein. Discard the Colossus here. No attacks and turn. We could crew. Land. They're going to let it go to night. And hit us for 3 with the cave. Which is also problematic. If we had a little life gain in this build, I think we'd be fine. Oh no. Second Intrepid. Wow. And gets double pushed. All right. Getting hit for 7, down to 4. Less than ideal, let me tell you what. We take the 3 dropout, though, with a triple block. They either leave 2 creatures up or 1. Choice is theirs. I would take Rutstein because we're going to kill everything else, and they know this. So they do. Let's call it up. At 7 mana. Renin 7 out. Make the reach, which they hate. Copy it with the chariot. And let's go to town. Now we still have one to defend their dragon. Landon plays a green source. Teachings out. We still have 29 cards in deck. Let's go! I think we done did it. We have lethal if they don't have anything. Good game. Oh my lord. I can't believe we got the win there. Back into the numbers. Beautiful. Beautiful. Holy Toledos. Cultivator Colossus is a silly card. If you can get it to pop, playing like 4 extra lands, you probably just won the game there. Because, you know, now you're definitely double casting, if not triple casting. And the fact that we have so much ability to grab things from the grave and replay it, it's really going to help get the job done the majority of the time, which I really appreciate. Getting to that situation is, you know, a little bit different. Really does help if you have a Renin 7 that can use the plus ability once, maybe twice, then you're just going to Clown Town, am I right? But, you know, just a fun, new, original deck built around the Spirit Sisters Call, which, you know, really got my attention off the start, and I was looking for a way to make it work, and I think we've dialed it in here. So let me know what you guys think. How can we make the deck maybe even more competitive? I'd love your thoughts down below in the description, and let's take a look at that special news that I had. All right, so typically we're doing card of the day, which I do have. But that's not why we're here. We're here about the entire box of packs that I'll be opening for the YouTube members. So become a YouTube member, support the channel. If not, don't worry, because we'll be doing a community day live on Twitch, playing against you, the viewer, all day long. We're talking about a 12-hour day, opening a few of these packs that we don't do for the members, giving out the rares, the mythics for you guys, which is really exciting. We did that last time and it was a massive success. So stay tuned, don't miss out on that, and maybe even become a YouTube member, because you're gonna see it first when we open the packs live together. Cheers, enjoy another video maybe, and we'll see you soon in the next,